What's up, guys? Sean with Cutting Edge here. A little pro tip time for you. So we've got this new house build going on, and one of the big differences that you'll find between like residential new home building and commercial or some of the other more complicated ones is that most of the residential plans are they're fairly basic compared. Commercial industry typically you've got full sets of MEP plans, everything's spec'd out. Whereas residential sector typically relies on your superintendents and a lot of your trades guys actually knowing the code book. So when you go through and you look at the residential plan sets that go through the building department, a lot of them are actually fairly basic. So it's really important to know a lot of the ins and outs of all the different trades. If you're going to be out doing site superintendent work or actually doing like some QC stuff, to really know if you're actually working with good subcontractors or your trades guys know what the hell they're doing. So, some examples of that are, you've got a couple different joist types, for example. So you've got some that have more dimensional lumber, whereas there's other ones that have, laminated that are a little bit, and they have different sizes. So knowing what the sizes are and being able to double check how big the pockets need to be. Are they hangered? Are they going to be pocketed inside of the foundation? And you have that blocked out by your concrete subcontractor. Those are little details to where if you don't get those right, it can cost you a little bit of time, cost you a little bit of extra money, or you're doing extra work that doesn't necessarily need to be done. Coordinating with some of your underfloor trades. So making sure, you've got access ahead of time for all of your mechanical venting in order to go through, knowing where all your pathways are. Little stuff like that. If you don't know what the rebar requirements are, you have no idea whether when the forms are set up right, that your concrete contractor is going above and beyond or doing the bare minimum. And it's good to know so that way you can start looking ahead to basically plan in order to coordinate trades and make sure that you're not duplicating effort or doing unnecessary work. So looking ahead is always important. You have to evaluate your plans inside and out a few different times before you actually start getting into some of these jobs. And then really getting into the details and knowing what you're looking at is going to be critical to making sure you got a nice, smooth, efficient project going.